Masterclass. Masterclass is powered by Joy Business and brought to us by Goyle. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle Yenara Yedia. Masterclass is also powered by GH Genome. GH Genome, our duty to decode. Masterclass comes your way every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. and runs all the way through to 2:15 p.m. here on your superstation Joy 99.7. My name, as always, is Barnafo, and I'm happy to be your host for today's edition of Masterclass. Last week, we ended a rather interesting conversation, which had been going on for about 4 weeks. We ended last week, and it was the all-important topic or conversation on customer experience. I've been warned to highlight the distinction between customer experience and customer service. So it was on customer experience, not customer service. A very good afternoon to our resource person, Esther Dukua Fosuhini, who's also the head of customer experience at FNB. Thank you for spending time with us. Two things stayed with me in that conversation, and those were the issues of culture and of organizational adoption. Under the conversation on culture, 3 questions stayed with me. What is my role as a person responsible for customer experience? Who is my customer? And what do I do for them? These are the 3 questions that stayed with me. And under the topic of organizational adoption, 2 things also stayed with me. Governance. Somebody has to be responsible for the process. Somebody has to monitor it. Somebody has to push it and drive it. And also breaking down silos. Have you been in an environment, or do you work in an environment where people say, I work in finance, I work in HR, I work in operations, and so everything is just about operations. All these things come together to make the operation whole. And therefore, at some point, in order to give the customer a great experience, we need to start breaking down those silos. Just in case you didn't join us in that conversation, all our videos are available on Facebook. By all means, do go to our page and play those videos. I hope that you're able to learn something for your own business. And remember that the business that you set up today, apart from being fulfilled and knowing that you started something and making some money off it, everything depends on the customer and whether or not they want to come back. So without being too, should I say, fastidious about the definition of customer experience, if you've dealt with me before, would you want to deal with me again? So then let me flip the question. If you dealt with you as a customer, would you want to go back and deal with you again? If the answer is yes, then the experience was indeed great. Today we move into another area of conversation, and here on Masterclass, we always bring you very top-notch information and data to help your businesses to grow pro bono. We don't bill you anything for it. All you got to do is tune in here to your superstation Joy 99.7. Today we're moving into the area of mindset revolution, or should I say mindset transformation. Oftentimes you hear people talk about the abundance of my brother Daniel Sapon was here talking to us about the abundance mindset. If you think it, then you can become it. If it's in your heart and you're thinking about it enough, then you'll begin to speak it. And in the Bible talks about the fact that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If you think about something long enough, then you'll begin to speak it. So if you want to know what is in someone's heart or what's in their mind, hang around them long enough. Have you been around people in business whose first statement after they've made an investment is, I don't even know if this thing is going to work? Oh, what if they don't give the visa to me? Don't hang around people like that. They have negative energy. And if you are such a person, begin to change it. Listen to today's show and begin to change your mindset. What you speak, words are spirit and they are life. You don't have to believe it. That's what they are. If you speak it long enough, they will begin to show up in your business as well. My resource person is a very wonderful person. I'll be introducing him shortly. He's a go-to person when it comes to mindset transformation in Ghana today. He's had over 14 years of experience in setting the minds of people and organizations on autopilot with a winning mentality. In his book titled The Mindset Revolution, he's talked about re-engineering our minds from prison to purpose. And he's also an author, and he's been trained by the BBC in radio operations and media works and won several awards in the United Kingdom on mindset transformation and empowerment of the youth. My guest for this afternoon and for the next couple of weeks, if God gives us grace, is Oscar Bimpong. Oscar, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Yao. It's been a pleasure.
I'm excited. I'm excited when I see young people do things that will change the future, that will change the narrative. Because obviously, if we don't start today, what we want to see tomorrow should have started 3 days ago or 3 years ago, 30 years ago. So when I see young people thinking things like mindset transformation, if I think it, then I can become it. We're talking about back in 2006, the rapper Nas.
Yes, exactly.
And there was a song he came out with, which when I was preparing for this show, it just sort of came to my mind. And it's very simple. So it goes like, I don't know whether Sammy Forson at some point can help us with this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it,
Yeah.
then I'll be what I want to be. We can translate that to our businesses.
Yes.
When you go to work every day, think positive, act positive, be positive. Ignatius, good afternoon to you. That's Iggy's sign of whenever he closes his show. But if we think positively enough, long enough, then we'll begin to see the positive things.
Exactly.
We'll begin to apply them to our principles and our strategies where they are not there, and begin to make and see those changes. But of course, I'm not the resource person. I'm not the expert.
You are even more than
You are the expert. So by all means, please talk to us. I know that you've got a lot of content.
Yeah.
For those who like to take notes, Oscar has obliged us with about 60 slides of content for the next 4 weeks. So we're going to be showing some of those slides on Facebook. By all means, do join us on Facebook, and then you can make your notes.
Yeah.
When we get interactive, we'd like to hear from you as well. But before that, Oscar is going to talk to us, introduce that conversation to us, empower somebody today. What's this whole thing about mindset transformation and the mindset revolution? What's it about?
Wow, yeah, Charlie, it's been an honor to be on this great platform.
Great.
I think actually this is my third time being on Joy.
Right.
And it's been a long journey. I think my first time was in 2014. And it's been a very, very long journey. And I've been preaching the same thing. I don't preach anything else than the mind.
Right.
Because I've got to the stage where I've realized that everything is in the mind. Right? And
The mind is a powerful thing.
it's all that we've got to succeed in life. A lot of people think what they don't have is what they need to succeed in life. But what you need to succeed in life is about what is up here. It's the foundation of your success or failure in life. And until we are able to really understand this and start nurturing the power of the mind, I think we will not be able to maximize our potential, and we will not be able to succeed as people and as a nation. Now, so mindset revolution, when did it start? It started from, I've been using phones since 1999. I remember 1999, 2000, my first time I had the opportunity to travel. That was when I had like Nokia 3310. And since then, I've been using phones. But there is a problem. If you can go to slide 5. So there is a problem I've been having all these years, and that is every phone I get, at a point in time, the phone will fall down and the screen will crack. Now it got to a stage that it becomes so stressful. The last one that I had that the screen cracked was in I think 2018, 2019. That was a fresh Samsung, and that one was just 1 week. I was just getting off the bus. I didn't know what happened. This phone fell down, and this one, the cracking was so crazy. The ink in the phone. This one, it means that It's spilled out. I cannot even use the phone anymore.
But the people around you, didn't they know about screen protector at the time? They could have spoken to you about
sometimes the way it fell, sometimes it can fall down it can fall
in
down
a very bad way that nothing can protect
that can protect it. So I just started thinking about what's actually wrong, right? And it got to a stage, anytime I get a new phone, it will start ringing in my mind that this one too will fall. And lo and behold, at a point in time, this one too will fall and the screen will crack. So it means that when it comes to my phone, I was living in prison. I wasn't living a purposeful life.
You're just waiting for this one to crack.
Because I have accustomed my mind to the fact that my phones are designed to crack. And you see, the moment you start thinking that way, what happens is that if you start believing that your phones are meant to crack, then so be it. So I started delving into the things of the mind. And there is one thing that changed the whole narrative for me. And that was, if you start changing the narrative that in your mind, that your phones are not meant to be cracked, that is the foundation to change this whole scenario. And I got a new phone, and this phone, I told myself that my phones are not meant to be cracked. And I used affirmations that even if I'm walking, whatever I'm doing, I used affirmations, always telling myself that my phones are not meant to be cracked. And that is where the story changed. And to be honest, I think I've got my phone here. This is the phone I've had the last 3-4 years that the screen
Please
hasn't
show it to
cracked.
the camera so that those watching us on Facebook.
This is the phone I've had the last 3-4 years that the screen hasn't cracked, and that's why I haven't even changed my phone, because
But hitherto, how long was it before it would crack?
3 months. Even the Samsung app, it was 1 week the screen cracked.
But this is 3 to 4 years,
Yes, the
and
screen.
it hasn't happened.
No.
Naturally, I mean, I'm sure somebody's listening, and if you're a pessimist here, or you're thinking, oh, but the variables are many. But apart from all those variables, what we are saying is that he changed his mind, and he determined that
Yes.
it was not going to be the same story with this one.
And I started being conscious about handling my phone, right? Then I realized that if this thing was happening to me, then it can happen to people in different scenarios. So somebody might be in their 4th, 5th relationship, and they will be like, wow, this next relationship, is it going to work? Because the last 4, the person, they failed. So it will start ringing in their mind like the way it was ringing in my mind. Then I'm like, why don't I put this into a book and help other people that they have had probably consistent failures, and they are thinking that they are born to fail.
In fact, let me just stop you right there. Now that you talk about your book, for those of us who are watching us on Facebook, you see that I'm holding a book in my mind. This is a book authored by Oscar, The Mindset Revolution. Oscar is giving this book away on the show today to the first person who will call when we get interactive. So I just wanted to put that out today. This is a free book going out to the first caller when we get interactive. Oscar, please continue.
Yeah. So for me, it worked for me. You see, most of the times, we don't believe in what we have got on the inside of us. We are always chasing what is on the outside. But what is on the inside is more powerful than what we are seeking on the outside. If here is built with a strong foundation, then what is on the outside will be able to be achieved. Do you know that whatever you seek on the outside, you can lose it? Easy, right? But a strong mindset, somebody who is passionate in what they believe in, a strong desire to succeed. These are innate characteristics that it doesn't matter how you fall. If this is strong, you can always come back to where you belong to.
Let me just share the story. That will just buttress what you're saying. So there's a gentleman on this show, Sule Amin, CEO of Zako. Good afternoon to you if you're listening. He was here on the show. Young Ghanaian entrepreneur. Long story short, in his success story, he got a big contract, biggest contract they had ever gotten, 10,000 pieces of Zako packaged from an international company. They were working day and night to produce. They were working in some forest in Dodoa. They were tired. They were working the whole day. They decided to go to town and get some food. By the time they got back, there was a fire. All the coal they had produced had burnt. Their machines had burnt. It was spreading to somebody's farm.
Wow.
Now, naturally, the law came in and they shut them down and all that. That was enough for him to stop. Now, he tells me that was when he actually shut down for about 3 months.
Wow.
But that was when he determined in his heart. He purposed in his heart that he was not going to stop. He went right back and he started. And today he's successful. So just to buttress what you're saying, that if the mind is right, you can deal with challenges more easily.
Yes.
Because the mind is right.
Exactly. You see, your success or failure starts in the mind. It doesn't start when you take a step. I always say that in a football match, some teams, they lose the match in the dressing room before they go on the field. Because they are looking at their opponent and they're like, we don't have a chance. So, and the moment you think that you cannot go out there and win, you have lost the battle 30% before you go on the field.
Let's bring this to business. What are some of the thoughts that a business person can have so that they will lose before they have started?
Let me go and try.
Let me go and try.
Yes.
There are too many people selling this thing.
Yes, I don't have a chance.
Where I am, there are not enough people.
It's so competitive. You see, before even you build strategy, this one must be purpose that I'm going there to win. So a friend of mine called me in London and he was like, Oscar, I've seen you've been coming to Ghana back and forth. I want to come to Ghana to set a small business. London is a bit tough now, wherever. I've really put things together. I want to come and try whether it will work. I told him, don't go because you are not ready. He was like, what's wrong with you? I'm ready. I'm prepared. I said, you are not ready. You see, you don't go to try, you go to win.
Say that again.
You don't go to try, you go to win.
Yes.
Right? Anytime I'm coming to Ghana, my wife will ask me, what is the plan? I say, there's no plan. When I touch Kotika, there will be a plan. Why? Because I'm going to win. And every time I'm here, I win. Why? Because of the mindset I carry. You know, so people are going into business. And there is one thing I also say, and if you are watching this, you can write this one down. That work on your mind before you work on your vision, career, or business. Now, most of the times we do the reverse. We rather work on the vision, we work on the career, and we are so good with it. But this one is not built for purpose. So what happens? We go into the business, we face challenges. Because this one was not built, we lose capacity and we give up. So your first call to success is to work on this before you go out there.
You must win in your mind.
You must win in your mind, because the battle is not on the outside, the battle is on the inside.
Reminds me of the book that Obama wrote, The Audacity of Hope.
The Audacity of Hope. So a lot of people think, the battle is on the outside. No, the battle is here. When you look at the First and Second World War, right? We think that is where the battle is. The battle that we are facing in this world is here. A lot of people have lost the battle here based on what they feed their mind with.
Of course.
I always say I've got a small pot belly here, right? It's about what I eat. If I start eating healthy, this pot belly will go. It's the same with the mind. What you feed your mind with is very critical to your success in life.
So then comes the question that, I just throw it out there for all of us to chew on. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a staff, as an employee, what are you feeding your mind with when it comes to your mindset? What are you feeding your mind with? Because that's important.
Very critical.
I'll leave you to answer that for yourself.
It is very critical. You cannot eat junk food and be healthy. In the same way, you cannot feed your mind with the negatives of life and live a purposeful life.
This thing, cry, will it work?
No, but we think we can stay negative and still succeed. Somebody asked me this question in one of my trainings, my corporate trainings, and he said, but most of the times I'm negative, but I still achieve whatever I want to achieve. I'm like, you think you have achieved what you want to achieve, but then if your mind is trained in a certain level, probably you think you are here, you are okay, but you will be here.
You have achieved more.
That is maximizing the potential of your mind. You haven't. And in my book, I talked about the democracy and the autocracy of the mind. So democracy is, for example, when this MPP is in power, the next 4 years, probably NDC is in power. That is democracy, right? Now, in the mind, if you practice democracy, what it means is that today you think negative, the next day you think positive. That is democracy of the mind. But for you to succeed in life, you need the autocratic rule of the mind. And that is feeding your mind with the positives of life. So you have to get to a stage, and that is where the mindset revolution comes in. So mindset revolution is where you feed your mind with the positives of life such that negativity finds it so difficult to inhabit your mind.
And just to clarify, what Oscar is saying is not to say that things don't go south sometimes. They do. But it's how you react to it. Somebody said to me once, we see life the way we are, not the way life is. And I said, what do you mean? He says, it's your reaction to life.
Exactly.
So we're talking about our mindset.
Exactly.
The negatives will come, but if you have a positive and a strong mindset, how you handle and surmount it in your business will be different from someone who is not thinking the same way, and who's not prepared. And then they'll just be knocked flat on their foot. You will just bounce, it will just bounce off you, and then you can just move on.
Yeah. Now you can put your car on cruise control, isn't it?
True.
The airplane can be on autopilot, right? You can do the same with your mind. It means that you can fail today, but then because your mind is on autopilot, the next day you are still fighting.
Of course.
You are still going ahead. You are still pushing.
Yeah.
You are still working so hard. You see, so for some people, when they face challenges, it becomes a dead end for them.
There's this joke about autopilot. I was trying not to share, but let me just share it quickly. So an F-22 fighter pilot flies up to a Boeing 737, and he banks left and banks right, and gets on the radio and says, "Can you do that? That's how smart my plane is."
Wow.
He says, "Let me also show you a trick. This is a pilot of the airline 737." So after 5 minutes, nothing happens. Then he comes on the radio and says, "Did you see that?" He says, "You didn't do anything." He said, "That's the point I'm making. I put my flight on autopilot and I walked to the back of the plane and I came back." He said, "Can you walk to the back of your jet fighter?" You know, it may be a joke, but the point is that I'm buttressing what you said. If you've prepared enough, reaction time is quick and you can easily bounce back.
You see, there is a stage that a man gets to that challenge. You see, what people don't understand that challenges is part of the success story. There is no success story without a failure.
Strengthens you and helps you to come back even stronger.
Yes, but then it's about how you react, as you said, to the challenge. Right? I do training for corporate on resilience, right? And resilience is about how you put yourself together and come back again. Now, when some people face challenges, they stay at where the place that they fell.
Reaction time is slow.
Yes. And some come back, but they don't come back with the same enthusiasm, so they are not able to achieve what they want to achieve. But resilient people, and you see, when you train your mind to a certain level, it becomes habitual, right? Have you seen somebody that plays football and they go to the field and they score them 9-0 and they say tomorrow they are not playing football before?
Not at all.
That's how a powerful mindset works. So they were scored in their mind today, but tomorrow they are on the field training. Because I have never met a man that loves what they do and it's become habitual and they fail today and they say they are not going back. Like Serena Williams is saying, I didn't win the Grand Slam this year, so I'm not playing tennis tomorrow. Why can't we translate the same ideology into our business, into our lives, into our families, so that we can be able to achieve our goals?
And even into our businesses. You know, I shared this example with Daniel Sapon when he was here on the show, and I just said the same example, that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as employees, this is how we can apply it to our business. Have you noticed that if you want to buy a car of any sort, the weeks leading to when you actually make the final purchase, the only car you see on the road is the car you want to buy. Now what happens is when you begin to see your car, you begin to now ask questions about your car. That's the point you made when we started. How many models of this car are there? Apply it to your business. What's the idea you are running? Who has tried it before? What are the reviews? Okay, there are 5 models. Which one is the strongest? How different are they? There was an improvement on each. How much does each one cost? You are asking questions. Because you have applied your mind to it, you are learning about it. And that is why you will not fail. When we say positive mindset helps you to succeed, it is not a magic wand. It means that you are so interested in it that you begin to live it, ask questions about it, see the gaps, and therefore prepare for them. And most likely when you are prepared, when preparation meets opportunity, failure is not in the picture.
There is a saying that excellence is what you habitually do. So people are not just excellent. They have practiced over the years and they become excellent.
And it's become habitual.
Habitual, right? So that is why there is a guy. I think let's go to a slide here. Let me see whether I can find it. His name is Nicholas McCarthy. Slide 48.
Right.
So Nicholas McCarthy is 100 pianist, the whole world. He's the only guy that can play the organ with one hand. And when you look at his story, at such a young age, he wanted to play the piano. But every music school told him that you can't do this because the black and white keys are designed for 2 hands. Now this guy said, look, this is what I want to do with my life. So this guy was training 8 hours a day, consistently, until he mastered how to play the piano with one hand. Now this guy has played for the Queen. He has played with Coldplay, big concerts. This guy now is playing. Now what am I trying to tell you? Everything is in the mind.
Where there's a will.
Where there's a will, there is a way. You see, for example, let me take Ghana as an example, and I'm going to make a very controversial statement. I would say that Ghana as a whole, I will use the word some so that some people will not fire bullets, right? But majority of us, we are too negative. for me, I think we are too of a negative society. Why? Because it reaches a time we think we cannot do it. We think it's not possible. You see, I always make this statement that yesterday I was with the guy from Barbados, and the guy was, he has written down opportunities that he has seen in Ghana for a week. Yeah. And 99% of the opportunities, I haven't realized it. Right? Now, I want to get to a point where I want you to understand that people from outside see a lot of opportunities that we don't see. In the same system, in the same economy, in the same structures, in the same behaviors and attitudes, they are able to win. But we think that it cannot be done.
I was surprised when I found out a couple of years ago that most of and when we talk about it, we say we don't have money, the disposable income is low, and all those things are true. But that's the point that you're making, Oscar, that where there's a will, there's a way. Are you aware that in Kenyatia,
yes,
some of the stores being rented, I will not mention the country, that they are not owned by Ghanaians.
Okay. No, yeah.
But they came to this country. Some will say they brought their money from somewhere. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, let me tell you this, right? If you don't have shoes, right, somebody has got 1,000 shoes. Now the question is, how do you attract it, right?
How did they get their 1,000 shoes?
How did they get their 1,000? That is one. But how? Because you are walking barefooted. But how do you attract somebody that has got more shoes? Now, I want people to understand that whatever you don't have in this world, somebody has it in abundance. Now, it is your duty to attract it. How do you attract it? Let me tell you, I did one good thing for somebody. The person saw good in me. And that one person has transformed my life. If I tell you, most of my clients, 90% is coming from that one person. Right? How did I attract that one person? It was a matter of honesty. There are certain currencies we hold that it can open doors for us. Secondly, if you are walking barefooted and you don't go out walking barefooted, nobody will see that you don't have shoes. Because people can only see that, why are you wearing barefooted? I've got 2 slippers, let me give you one. But that is the problem we have with business. So most people, our ideas are here. We are not ready to start from somewhere. And I think we'll come to that on the 4th week, the seed mindset. We are not ready to start from somewhere. Because, when you start from somewhere, that is where somebody will see what you are doing. There is this program in the UK. Even you can Google it, or you can even get it on Facebook.
Hold that thought for me. We'll come to that program shortly. But we want our listeners to also be a part of this. It's getting very exciting in here about having a positive mindset. If you just tuned in, this is Masterclass here on your Superstation Joy 99.7. We're spending time here with Oscar Bimpong about the mindset transformation and mindset revolution. But we want you to be a part of that conversation. We'll be opening the phone line shortly, but we'll do that right after this.
Ekuya has sickle cell disease. Kweku is battling with prostate. Auntie Mary has a family history of cancer. All these people have either inherited a genetic disorder from parents and present in the child at birth, or even due to some environmental factors. Remember that genetic conditions affect all ages, economic, social, and religious groups. Don't discriminate if they look different. Early detection may help early intervention and treatment. As we start the GA Genome Project, we invite you to join and follow our public lecture series and get free genetic testing and screening. For more updates and information on how to get the free genetic testing and screening, call 0302 959 246 or visit www.gagenome.org.
Your favorite on-air business development program, Joy Business Masterclass, is in session, and you can interact with us on Facebook via the Joy 99.7 FM or Joy Business pages. If you tweet, the handle is at Joy 997 FM or at Joy Business GH. Don't forget to hashtag JB Masterclass. You can also call us on 0302 216541 or send your questions and contributions through to the WhatsApp number 0551 111997, and our facilitators will address your concerns. Attention everyone, class is in progress.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is Masterclass. Phone lines are now open. Numbers to call 0302 216 541. That's 0302 216 541. You can also send us your comments on 055 997. That's 055 997. Numbers to call 0302 216 541. I did promise that the first caller today gets a free book authored by Oscar Bimpong, our guest for today, on the mindset revolution. So please, if you're driving, do not text while you drive because we want you to arrive alive. But otherwise, pick up the phone, give us a call on 0302 216 541. If you have any motor vehicle of any kind, Goyle has some great news for you. Goyle, your oil marketing company of choice, keeps making life ever so convenient. Goyle now accepts Momo for all fuel purchases at key selector stations. So just remember to Momo it at Goyle. And that is not all. You can also use your bank card to buy fuel at Goyle. And this is made possible by ABSA. So drive to any Goyle filling station now and buy your fuel and pay by Momo or bank card and you're good to go. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Did you know that disorders like sickle cell, breast and prostate cancers have a genetic component? Genetic conditions affect all ages, economic, social and religious groups. The G8 Genome Project includes public lecture series on the Ghanaian genome and free genetic health screening for sickle cell diseases, breast and prostate cancers. We invite you to join the G8 Genome Project. Follow us and get screened because early detection may help early intervention and treatment. G8 Genome, our duty to decode. I've got my first caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Jeffrey. I'm calling from Accra.
Jeffrey from Accra, you are my first caller today. And before you say anything, you've won for yourself a book authored by my guest today, Oscar Bimpong, The Mindset Revolution. So after we speak, please stay on the line. The production crew will get your contact details and come to the front desk of Joy FM and pick up your book. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Jeffrey.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Great. Now talk to me, Jeffrey.
Yes, in simple things, I think I've been awakened from my sleep because I have a lot of ideas. I have the passion, but something keeps holding me back. But I guess I haven't listened to your guys this afternoon. I'm recharting that part and going all out for it. Thank you very much.
Free. Thank you so much that we have been able to inspire something in you. Numbers to call again, 0302 216 541. Pick up that phone, give us a call. We'll continue to share thoughts here. I've got some comments on social media. This one is from Charlotte Okanta, inside Valley Side Crash, Tema. He says, good day, Yao. Your host is my man. Years ago, I read from James Allen, Acres of Diamond. He said that the mind of a man is like a garden and must be tended. Whether it is tended or not, it will still grow weeds.
Yes.
And the type of weeds it grows depends on what you put therein.
Yes.
This has helped me as an entrepreneur. Thank you for bringing him on. This is Charlotte Okanta from inside Valley Side Crest Tema. Thank you, Charlotte, for reaching out to us. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, boss. I hope you're doing well.
Hello, good afternoon. Please speak up a bit for me. I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, this is Ajima Joseph from tonight, man.
Joseph, how are you?
I'm fine. I hope you're also doing well.
I'm great. Talk to me, Joseph.
Yeah, I think it's a very great topic. And I don't know why your guest is hesitating, hammering on the fact that we are negative as Ghanaians. It's a reality. We shouldn't be afraid of talking about it.
Okay.
And the mindset, normally there's some questions that we normally ask. How much do I need to do? And like a person like me, a person of my caliber, look at my standard, my educational background. How can I do it? How do we get answers to this question?
Thank you, Joseph. Please keep listening. We'll see if we can try and answer those questions for you. Numbers to call again, 0302 216 541. You can keep calling us. We want you to be a part of this conversation on having a mindset transformation because you start winning in your mind. That's where the whole battle starts from. You can also send us your comments on 055 11997. I've got a comment on social media from Edmond. Edmond says, good afternoon, Masterclass. Excellent presentation. I'm enjoying the discussion. Says, what roles do the following persons play in helping you develop the winning mindset? Number 1 is friends. Number 2 is family members. Number 3 is the country. Edmund, I'm tempted to answer the number 3, but these days I've been warned to allow my resource persons to talk. So This is from Edmond. Edmond, thank you for reaching out to us. Let's start with Edmond's question, then we'll work our way back to it.
All right. So, Edmond, that's a very good question. So, what role does your friends, your family, and your country plays, right? So, friends, so Edmond, write this one down. You know I'm a lecturer, so I like telling my students, write this one down. Edmond, the people you surround yourself with are very critical to your success in life, right? If all your friends are 10 and they all smoke, you are the potential living smoker. Why? Because over time, they are more likely to influence you.
Right.
So what you need to do is that you need to surround yourself with the right people. People that believe in your vision, people that will push you, they'll push you over the limit.
Yeah.
People that are going to constructively criticize you. When you surround yourself with people that says, Edmond, you are doing well, Edmond, you are doing well, Edmond, you are going to fall down one day and you'll die.
It's like the naked king who nobody wanted to say was naked.
Exactly.
Please hold that thought. We're going to go to family and the country shortly, but I've got a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Chidiak.
Oh, Chidiak.
Brother.
It's been such a very long time. How are you doing, my brother?
Good.
Talk to me.
I have 3 questions for your man.
Okay.
1. To be careful, is it negative? 2. Does lack exist? The word lack, does it exist? 3. Why is Ghana of 33 million people not being successful? Thank you.
Question there is an A-level question. Okay, thank you so much, Chidiak. We'll try and answer them quickly. But let's finish with friends and the country. If you can do those in 30 seconds.
You've got a second. Okay, I can. Okay, so let me do the family one.
Yes.
Right.
Family and then the country.
Yes.
In 30 seconds because we don't have too much time.
All right. So family is also aligned to friends, right? What you see your mom and your dad, what they do is more likely to influence you, right? What your siblings they do is more likely to influence you. Then the country, how can the country influence you, right? Now, this question is quite interesting. But one, the country is supposed to create a platform for all of us to create wealth. That is where I want to start from. Secondly, I've got levels of mindset, right? If it was because of time, I'll show you. So every individual has got their mindset, right? We've got societal mindset, we've got nation mindset, and we've got continental mindset, right? Now, let me pick out the nation mindset. What is the typical mindset of a Ghanaian? Or as a nation, what is our typical mindset? I've got some national anthem that is for Ghanaians. Yeah, if you meet 10 Ghanaians, you are more likely to meet 7 people that will say, Charlie, it's not easy. Right? It's a mindset we carry that we have accustomed ourselves to that level where we believe that it's not easy. So as a nation, we are almost all of us, we say it's not easy. Yeah, you cannot consistently say it's not easy and life will be easy.
We are not saying lie about it, but speak positively. That's what we are saying.
That's it.
Be positive about it.
Be positive about it.
Okay. I'm sure that we will dwell on that more, but Chidiak also wanted some questions answered.
All right, okay.
I know you are getting into your element. we'll have time to do that
I'll
next
do my
week.
best. Yeah. He said to be careful. To be careful.
Is it negative?
Is it negative? Of course, we have to be very careful. The fact that you want to build a positive mindset doesn't mean that you should not be careful.
It doesn't mean that you go and take petrol and you drink it and say you won't die. Chidiak, that one is folly.
But even for example, let's say you've got 100,000 Ghana cedis to start your business, right? You don't put all your 100,000 Ghana cedis into the business. You need to test the market with, let's say, maybe 20,000. Then if you get good feedback, then you can build upon it. This is the carefulness we are talking in terms of business.
So it's good to be careful. It's not negative.
It's not negative.
Okay.
Right?
He had a second question.
The second one, I think I didn't write in that, but he said, why is Ghana of 32
That's
million?
the third one.
That's the third one,
Yes.
but I didn't write the second one. Though.
Chidiak, if you can just text your second question to us.
Yes. So let me show you something here, because we are really. I just put something here. I don't know whether. Anyway, so why is Ghana of 33 million not successful?
We should change our mindset. That's all.
That is one, but you see, for the environment you find yourself in, will also determine who you become, right?
We are a function of our orientation.
That's it, right? So I don't want to make I don't want to give an example. Maybe some society will not like it, but I think. Let me give an example. So I did a mindset revolution session for a public school, and I did one for a private school, right? Now I asked the one for the private school, which school do they want to go, and that's university, and they were mentioning Ivy League schools. The one in public school were mentioning Ghanaian universities, right? Now, the public school population is more than the private school population. So it means that answer the public school gave transcends to so many of our population. Yes. Now, what it means is that the private school, they've got exposure because they were mentioning Yale, MIT, they were mentioning Harvard, Oxford. So their exposure is on a different tangent. Now, the one in the public school were mentioning, so we need to get to a stage where our environment should get to a stage where we are so exposed that we can create wealth. Secondly, we cannot do it without our government creating a strong foundation for success.
But let me issue a disclaimer for you, because I know I have some friends who listen to this show. The point we are making is in context.
It's in context, yeah.
We are not saying one is better than the
No,
other. I know some people call me after the show and say, are you saying that?
No,
Ghana
it's in
investors are
context.
not-
It's in context. It's in context. But
Okay.
but I'm speaking from the perspective of
I get
exposure.
you. I'm speaking for
You
my friends
understand?
who call me after the show. Akosia Yebua from USA says, I have a long story about mindset. Somewhere in 2020, I went through a painful breakup, and that set me on a journey of self-discovery. I got a clinical psychologist to help me and got serious with my Christian life. In a matter of 1 year, you won't believe how my mindset changed. It was a 360 reverse. I started doing positive affirmations based on those things. I attracted exactly what I wanted in my life, and as I'm currently typing, I have relocated to the States. All this happened within a space of like a year and a half. I need enough time to share my story. Akosia Yeboah. So Akosia, you had a personal situation and the mindset also helped you. I've got this is Akosia from Hacho. It's a good afternoon masterclass. How about you have ideas, you share it with someone for you to set up, and later realize that they've stolen your ideas and taken the initiative and are doing it. What do you do? Even though you don't have the money to produce what you have in mind. It's the graviology idea in this country for me. Akosia, very wonderful, but do you want to react to that quickly?
Yeah. The fact that somebody steals your idea doesn't mean that you cannot still go ahead and really start your business. It's about the strategy you build behind your business, right? So there are so many FM stations, right? But why is Joy FM standing out? Because Joy FM, you position yourself at a level where you have differentiated yourself from the market.
And Akosia, if somebody steals your idea, they can't steal your passion. They will get to a point they won't be able to continue because the idea is originally yours. So don't stop. Don't let it stop you. Just keep going.
No.
I've got Selassie on social media. Selassie says, very interesting topic. And times do you have this program? It's every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. on Joy, please. Okay, I've got Godsway. Godsway says, good afternoon, Mr. Anim and Mr. Oscar. Today is one of the best masterclass I've listened to. Okay, thank you to my producer, Sarah. Sarah, they are giving you fans here. I'm a university student and I want to enter into business after completion. And today's program has really helped me in starting well in my mind before execution. I wish I can get a copy of Oscar's book. My name is Godsway. So you don't answer it here. Let's see if we can get more copies of your book.
But I want to react to a statement he made there. Yes. He said, when I complete university, you need to start now whilst you are in the university, right? Get one product that is costing 1 CD, learn the skills of selling, right? You might say you don't have money, but you can get a product that costs 5 CD. Get just one product, try and sell it. Then you can sell 2, 3. By the time you finish university, you have mastered certain skills in business that is going to be a foundation of your success.
So much information here, so little time. But I'm happy that, God willing, we have you back with us next week. I've got some additional comments on social media. For those whose comments we were not able to read, please pardon me. We'll try and read those comments next week. A lot of you are asking about Oscar's book. We'll try and get a lot more copies available in the next couple of weeks. But thank you so much for being with us. Oscar, just 30 seconds. What should we not forget about today's conversation if we forget everything? And what are we doing next week?
What you shouldn't forget is that start. The time is now. Work on your mind. Read. Surround yourself with the right people. Push yourself to the limit. Be habitual. They say excellence is what you habitually want. do. Go out there and build that vision. You know, I've got a slogan. What the slogan is possible if only you believe.
If only you believe. What are we doing next week?
Next week we are doing purposeful mindset. Now your mind is set. Next week you should have a purpose.
Right. Thank you so much, Oscar. Whatever so things are pure, whatever so things are right, whatever so things are true. If there be any virtue, think on these things. This has been Masterclass. God willing, next week we come your way with another exciting edition. Thank you for joining us, and see you same time next week.